All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Coach's Box.
Hey.
We're here. It's episode 102.
102. How about that?
I know, right?
Lovely.
Once you get to 100, you can just start counting by single digits now.
That's right.
That's how I learned in elementary, because I wasn't always the smartest guy. You had to take shortcuts where you could.
Absolutely. Every day, all day.
Cheating on the tests and stuff. But today we've got a special guest joining us because we are a little short-handed. Coach McVey will be here at some point in time. I'm pretty sure he's still crying over Duke not making it to the championship game and Coach K winning and
poor guy.
Everything else.
So
but I
sorry.
don't
hate when that happens.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially when you pick them like I did.
So sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Whose team lost in the first round?
I feel no remorse.
At least somebody's wearing a powder blue hat tonight, which I have a lot of respect for, Riley Blair.
I am.
And of course, Coach Jarvis can't be here right now, and his family is kind of dealing with some stuff.
Well, I'll just put it out there because I know he would want that out there for prayers. But his those of you that are friends with him, his baby's been dealing with some health issues, and they're up at Children's Hospital, so they definitely need all your thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
That little boy's been dealing with some sickness and stuff. So if you're out there, and you definitely would love for some thoughts and prayers for him and the baby. They've been struggling here for the last couple of weeks, and God forbid, any like that little boy. He's just so precious. When we did the 100th show, he come downstairs after the show. And such an awesome. He's all smiles and laughing, giggling with everybody.
I know. He's not even like Jason.
Nothing.
And by the way, the other part of this too is it's somebody's birthday today as well. So Coach Jarvis, happy birthday!
It is Jason's birthday.
Yes, it is.
And we know for a fact that Jason is probably for the first time watching the show.
He just got on.
So happy birthday, Jason!
He just said that too. I'm watching an episode for once.
There you go. Great minds, right?
Is he 55? Is that what he said he was? Or no? 46.
I was going to say, he's not older than me.
You got to carry the one.
He's not older than me.
And then
is that Jadilf? The Jadilf.
I'm telling you,
the Jadilf.
But no, we our thoughts and prayers for him and Tara Lynn and their family.
Yes.
And we're praying that everything gets resolved soon, and then he can be back home and she can be back home and everything be good.
It's tough. It's tough on your family when you're not away from home and you're having to sleep in a hospital, and it's just tough.
And so everybody knows Jason loves doing this show. He doesn't prep for the show. That's very very common knowledge. But he does love doing the show, and Jason would love to be here. We know he would love to be here, and so Coach.
He was awfully excited about be able to be here on his birthday. I remember him telling you last week before they got admitted into the hospital. But I remember him saying, "Man, I'm looking forward to it. It's my birthday. I'm going to have a little fun that night." We understand, Coach, and once again, we hope have a great birthday. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, your other kids have spoiled you a little bit, and hopefully, I'm sure the wife has at some point. And we wish you hope the baby's doing well, and we can get him back at home and back in good gracious around here in Jefferson County.
Absolutely. So
somebody's joined us. Who's this guy?
Hey. Way to show up.
Is my mic on? The talent's here. We ready to go?
Where?
Where's the Duke hat? Where's the Duke shirt? I wonder what that was at tonight.
Hey, hold on. We needed to change the name. I don't know what the name of the show is, but we need to call it the Conference Championship
That's
show.
right. That's all it says right here.
Valid at this table. So,
Dude,
I figured.
Shots fired on the guy's birthday.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's okay.
Man. Not that he would ever fire shots on.
Exactly.
Well, it's the first time he's ever watched the show, and we're going to give him all this grief.
Is he really?
He's watching. The first time ever.
Goodness. There's a first time for everything. It only took 100 and what?
2 episodes.
Well, 101.
101,
technically.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so Zach, since you're late to the party, we had to, you can't be in the big group shot, just so you know.
That's fine.
You'll just be like Paul Schaefer over here.
Oh, wow.
Just play your keyboards and shut up, okay?
Every once in a while, you might turn a camera towards him just to give a sneak peek and then go back.
Nah, that's okay. But And I know everybody, we've been giving Riley such a hard time for the last month about Kentucky losing the first round.
Yeah.
And of course, Coach K couldn't make it to the championship game and finish on a swan song. Like,
Has he got one more?
Like, no.
He's done.
It's over.
He's
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Not going to be a Tom Brady? Come back?
It's a little harder.
Halfway through?
He's not one of the players.
You never know.
He's not. I think he'll come back.
You never know.
I don't see it. I don't see it either.
But look, I thought that North Carolina Duke game was great.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
I mean, I was exhausted from doing farm work, and I'm probably falling asleep every now and then. I'm like, no, stay awake. No, stay awake.
It's good.
So it was a great game. I mean, Caleb Love.
Oh,
CBC.
I mean, the kid, the last 2 weeks. I mean, my gosh, he put that team on his back.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, Monday night, and that happens. I mean, we all know that.
Yes.
I mean, we've all seen it happen. We've seen our kids. It's happened to our kids. I mean, he just couldn't buy a bucket, and it was just make one, just get one to break the ice a little bit. He just couldn't get it. But my gosh, what Caleb Love did was just unbelievable.
Yes, it was.
Over this last 2 weeks of the season.
So let me ask you, we had this conversation in current events class today about it, and so the kids...
Glad you're talking about sports and current events class.
Hey, we had our March Madness challenge.
Love it.
We do that every year. But the kids were asking about him, and let's get your opinion on this. They said, is he going to go out? Is he going to go into the NBA now after such a bad championship game? And I said, I don't know. His stock seemed to be pretty high.
It was high.
Trending, but was it that bad of a performance that he's got to stay, or what do you think?
No, I think he needs to stay one more year, because when you look at the total body of work, he really just started coming into his own in the latter part of this season. Last year, his freshman year, didn't have the year that I think a lot of people expected him to have. You started seeing that probably from January, probably when they really turned the corner, and then the run that they made here. I think one more year for Caleb to kind of, once again, do the things he likes to do, get his summer under his belt. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think Hubert Davis did an unbelievable job coaching that team this year.
Oh, I agree.
He was so intense, too.
Yeah.
It was intense.
I mean, I saw probably two of the best coaching jobs that I've seen in an awfully, awfully long time, between what Davis did with, UNC, and then with what Ben McCollum did with Northwest Missouri State, winning their third national championship down in Evansville. I mean, just those two coaching jobs should go down as some of the best you're ever going to see. And if you're a young coach, you should watch how those two did what they did in the NCAA tournament, because that's how you're going to become a really, really good coach.
And there's a lot of kind of local players from Northwest, that area.
Yes.
So that part of Missouri into Kansas and all of that. After they won, I'm like, well, I wonder where he's recruiting from. And
it's a tight circle. I mean, it's St. Joe's, it's Kansas City. Then you go just a crossover into Nebraska, just a little bit. And that, but it wasn't even just, the kids buy into a system. But, this was a team that loved to push it up and down the court.
Right.
When you're going against an, Augusta team that's 7'1", 6'9", and your tallest kid's 6'7", Ben knew immediately, I got to slow the pace down. I got to grind this thing to a halt. And it doesn't hurt when you've got the two-time National Player of the Year, Trevor Hudgens, who just decided, I'm going to put 33 up with no sweat in a national championship.
Is that hard? Because I feel like that's pretty easy to do.
Oh,
sometimes.
Not a national championship.
When you put the game on the easy setting, yes.
That's it. There you go. There you go.
I would never do that.
So,
but I think Caleb one more year.
Okay.
I think one more year.
I agree.
So here's what the kids asked: does North Carolina's roster change? Is there an overhaul, or is Manick going to go out? Is the center? The other one that set the double-doubles and rebounds, I can't remember, hurt himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Does he go out? So does the dynamic of the team change enough to where, does he take a risk? What's going to benefit him to get to the association?
Well, this transfer portal, it's completely changed college basketball. And I believe that you're going to see so much turnover on teams that every year you're going to see somebody different, like a North Carolina, come through because they've opened that transfer portal up and they've picked up a couple kids and maybe got rid of a couple, picked up a couple, or it's just, I just don't like it.
LSU.
Yeah.
The cheater gets fired. Finally. It should have happened a year ago.
Agreed.
But the cheater gets fired, and every kid leaves the program and goes into the portal. Every kid.
Or you mean the cheater?
why is that?
The cheater doesn't get fired and wins a national title. Whoa!
Hey,
watch out!
I'm glad you brought that up.
I did that on purpose.
I'm going to tell you right now.
For us to go down the KU road.
For anybody who doesn't know me, and this is where me and Jason are wholeheartedly agree. We don't agree on a lot. We are rival
I'm trying to
coaches.
figure out who actually agrees with Jason. That's what I want to know.
That's the first time I've ever heard that saying ever. So I'm like, whoa,
And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I cannot stand Kansas. Number one, because I'm from Missouri, and
That's
I
good.
root for Missouri teams.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure my name is Chris, but get your damn hand off my shoulder before I get all Will Smith on you. Smushed in the face. Anyway, so
I know I shouldn't have talked about your wife like that, Jason. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, no.
Too soon.
So I wholeheartedly hate Kansas, okay? It doesn't matter. As long as nobody got hurt, the place could burn down, and I'd be like, huh, cool. It'd be great. It's a great thing for everybody involved. So,
For everybody
but
involved.
here's what, and you brought it up, I don't like the fact that the NCAA literally does nothing. When I say they do nothing, they don't do anything about the cheating that Kansas is blatantly guilty of. Okay. Now wait.
Hold on. Did they at least write a strongly worded email?
It doesn't even matter. The NCAA is completely spineless when it comes to dealing with Kansas. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, North Carolina has their own, scandal as far as cheating's concerned with just giving people, grades and degrees and everything else that they did. And the NCAA was like, we don't find anything wrong with this either. I'm sure some money changed hands. So what we did today to demonstrate, so everybody at home can understand exactly the kind of cheating that's involved, okay, and there's a lot of cheating there. We actually did a little demonstration with the help of some volunteers to kind of show everybody at home what kind of cheating happens. And go ahead, Jim.
Me and Blair would like the record to show that we had nothing to do with this.
Well, then you know what? Then,
it's these two.
Then you're missing out. So
It was on this campus of this.
that's exactly right. So
Hold on, time out. Disclaimer. Can I say that this was like part of the other duties as assigned?
hey, you're late to the party. Shut up.
I know.
Okay. Gosh. Anyway, so we got a little thing we recorded, and hopefully you guys like it. It's not very long, so bear with us, and we'll be right back here in a second. Hey, this is Coach Miller. I'm getting ready to set up for the podcast here, as you can see. But before that, if you're like me and you really hated to see Kansas, a program that blatantly cheats and gets away with it, win the national championship, then you probably feel the same way I do. And I know a lot of people are saying the same thing about North Carolina with their scandal. And while I really don't hate them, it only shows you just how unfair the NCAA is in regards to some of the programs and then some of the other programs. And how unfair do you think that is? Well, we put together a little demonstration just to show you guys.
Okay, so today we're going to take the NCAA Rules and Ethics exam. When you take this exam, there's absolutely zero cheating. Let me say again, absolutely no cheating on this exam. All right, so here's your test.
How about this big envelope full of cash instead?
Yeah, you're good here. All right, so here's your test. are you doing right there?
Nothing.
What do you got? Looks like a cheat sheet.
I'm not cheating.
You're obviously cheating.
No, I'm not. How about this big envelope full of cash instead?
All right, sounds good to me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what seems to be the problem here, buddy?
So I gotta be honest. I was cheating on this test,
Do what?
and yeah, I thought I'd get away with it, but I had to tell you.
Hey, come here. Get this guy out of here right now.
Hey,
right now.
whoa!
Get
I
out.
said I was sorry.
Get out of
I
here.
said I was sorry. I told you I'm sorry.
No.
I told you.
Get out. You're gone.
All right, so I want to give special thanks to 3 volunteers. We had Patrick Flanagan, Nate Rubel, and Kyle Lewis. All were students at St. Pius X during their lunch break. Were gracious enough to give some of that time to us to demonstrate the level of blatant cheating and the unfairness that the NCAA.
Jim, do you think that's a
Likes
pretty
to-
accurate description?
Thoughts? Wait, I'm sorry, you seem a little speechless right now.
I'm speechless at the acting that took place during all that stuff.
I didn't act.
You narrated.
I just narrated at the beginning.
You were the voiceover
I
guy.
am the voiceover guy.
That's
terrible.
Scary.
Right? You have the
Here's
biggest
what I'm
hick
gonna say.
here doing the voiceovers.
Oh, by the way, Jarvis wants to know if those kids signed releases.
Sure.
Sure. See what they get to do down at
It's a lunch break.
DX.
By the way, at St. Pius X, we have an hour lunch break where you can get all of your homework done. You have a study group. You can enjoy your lunch, or you can help film commercials for the coach's box.
And you could go anywhere on campus.
Yeah,
you are
it's
not
an
restricted to
open
the cafeteria.
There you go.
Nice.
Isn't that good to know?
What I will.
It's good to know for anybody who's interested. You can also look at stpius.com.
Oh,
I'm sorry. If you guys want to go there, I mean, I'm more than happy just to throw the school a bone.
Hey, they have shadowing programs.
They have shadowing programs.
What's the shadowing program,
myself
Chris?
out.
All you gotta do is contact Brianna Easter.
Okay, so meanwhile.
Oh, okay. You didn't say anything.
Back to what really matters in
Okay,
life.
so I'm filling space because nobody was going to comment.
Well, no, you didn't give me a chance to
I
catch
gave you all
my
kinds of comments.
You didn't give me a chance to catch my breath after watching that Emmy Award performance right there.
I would agree,
Oscar
Coach
worthy,
Jarvis.
right?
This is the coach's box, not a recruiting show. I agree with
Yes,
that.
thank you very much.
NCAA will be here. Well, wait, Misha will be
Mitchell
here
will
tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Come on down.
What? Kansas is getting popped. It should have happened. This Adidas thing, especially with KU, has drug on way too long. It should have. They should have been sanctioned last year. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
The bad thing that's going to happen is NCAA is going to sanction them. They're going to end up having to forfeit this championship. And guess what? 2022. And once again, you're taking it away from kids that had, at least you would think, nothing to do with what happened with all that stuff 6, 7 years ago.
But that happens a lot.
It does, but unfortunately, those kids are going to feel the burn from it, and it's not going to surprise me if the NCAA comes in, whacks them for 2 years. You're not going to be in postseason for 2 years. You're going to lose this. You're not going to be able to go off-campus recruiting and different things along those lines. Now, my hope is they don't take the championship away from them this year because, once again, you hate to punish the kids that had nothing to do with it. But knowing the NCAA's MO,
That's what they'll do.
that's what's going to happen.
There,
It sucks.
there won't be anything done to them.
No, something's coming down. When they say 5 level 1 violations, basically,
Don't
stop
do
it.
that.
You stop.
Stop.
and
Won't happen.
If they didn't do anything to North Carolina, I mean nothing. If matter of fact, go back and read. They didn't. The NCAA didn't think that they had jurisdiction over any of that, as far as the academics are concerned, as far as the programs that they offer. That's how they got their student athletes.
Yeah.
Mind you, student athletes to pass and to go there, and it was a recruitment tool. So you're telling me that didn't affect sports. What they did didn't affect sports. And you're telling me that if they didn't do anything in North Carolina, and Kansas is Yeah, they're known for that. And how many other blue blood programs have been busted and nothing's done?
Right.
And and the joke about that whole skit was Mizzou self-reports. Listen. We cheated, and they really. You had a rogue tutor? A rogue tutor.
That's totally cheating.
So, but they reported it. Like, hey,
They did everything they were supposed to do.
What the NCAA wants their institutions to do is to self-report when there's an instance like that, and they do, and they. Oh well, that's 2 years of postseason ban, loss of scholarships, blah blah blah. Kansas or North Carolina in whoever else that I can't think of off the top of my head. It's like, you're cheating. No, we're not. No, we're literally watching you cheat. Nope, wasn't me. Yeah, we have proof. No, wasn't me. Okay, well then let's just not do that ever again.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. You got KU still on the hook. You got LSU on the hook. And here's the thing. With LSU, they've got the coach on tape.
Yeah.
On tape.
Wasn't me.
Wiretaps, right?
They got him on tape saying, yeah, what do we need to do to get this guy? How much money? I read the transcript.
They have Bill Self dead to rights. And I had posted some kind of picture from Twitter on one of our group pages that we follow. And one of the coaches who I've known for a long time, Tom Brown, coach of Southeast Missouri for like the last 30, 40 years, he said he's worked at a camp and he's at a college, he didn't want to name who, this is a public Facebook post, that he's watched money change hands.
Oh.
And it's like, well, yeah, of course it does. Here's your envelope full of cash. Okay, all good. You tell me that the NCAA men's basketball program in itself, the whole entirety, the sport, is going to lose money if Kansas isn't in the postseason? Well, you're damn right they are. Because there's a lot of sinners out there who are Kansas fans, number one. Find a better team. Find a better program. Really? And they're going to lose that fan base following because your Kansas isn't in the postseason. So they're like, no, we're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They should have the death penalty. This should be an SMU death penalty. I said it, and I wholeheartedly believe it. I stand behind it. SMU, kill the program. It's that bad out there. Why would anybody from the West Coast, from the East Coast, from Chicago want to go to freaking Kansas? How many people have been to Kansas? You all been to Kansas? What's out there? Flat land, and the only thing that's elevated is the piles of cow dung that they pile up out in the middle of a field. That's it. There's nothing out there to do. It's not a destination point. There's no beach. That's it. Sorry. I don't really like Kansas. I can't tell.
I don't know if it's going to be death penalty, but my hope is that a strong enough message is going to get sent. But Chris, one of the few times I will agree with you.
One of the few?
One of the few.
All right, I'll take it.
I will say that. One of the few times I will agree with you.
I will take it.
It happens at every school.
Sure.
Big school.
It does.
Sure it does.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen in Memphis is what's going to wind up happening.
Already.
It already is.
It already did one time.
Yeah.
Had this guy who took a SAT who looked like Derrick Rose. Who was the coach? Who was that guy?
Can't remember.
Blair. Who was that guy?
One of the greatest.
You know what?
Of all
I know.
time.
And how'd that thing with Marcus Camby
Penny
go?
Hardaway.
Well, he went to
Penny Hardaway. Here's one thing I am going to say about this year's tournament. In my mind, it was one of the best NCAA tournaments that we've seen in an awfully long time.
It's a good tournament.
A lot of great
and
games.
Nothing against what St. Peter's did to the Fighting Riley Blairs, but to see a team like that do what they did, and then you see an 8 seed make it to the national championship game. I mean, there were just so many unbelievable storylines, and that's what made this tournament. My bracket was toast after round 2.
Right.
I mean, my bracket had no shot.
I think it was the first year ever
Nobody.
not having anybody in a Final Four.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but then I also look on the women's side. The women's tournament was just as good.
I'd agree with that.
As the guys' tournament. I mean, you've got a Creighton team, a 10 seed making it to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
I mean, there were just so many great storylines.
Well, we were talking about this last week a little bit, Jim, and the difference on the men's and the women's side, it seems like year in and year out, the same programs are usually in the Final Four.
Right.
And it goes in waves.
Yeah.
But you've always had UConn in that mix. You've had Tennessee been in that. Mississippi State had been in that mix for a while. Stanford. Notre Dame, Baylor. So, but you look at that and you say year in year out, one of those 6 or 8 teams are typically going to win it. On the men's side, it seems like it's not as consistent.
You're getting a roller coaster. I mean, you look at Villanova, they hadn't made it in a couple years. You look at KU, they hadn't won it since, I think, 15. North Carolina hasn't won in a few years. I mean, it's been great to see, Gonzaga, poor Gonzaga, they can't win that game. This year, they just couldn't even get to that game. I mean, but
Maybe if they joined a different conference, but neither here nor there.
I've been hearing that conversation, and I'm not sure if I agree with, because they're non-conference. I mean, everybody's saying play a tougher non-conference schedule. They play a really tough non-con.
Yeah.
The problem is it's in November, December, and it's not getting
I agree with
Yes.
that. No, I absolutely agree with that. But, their non-conference is as good as, I would put their non-conference against anybody as one of the top ones in the country. But the West Coast Conference, other than St. Mary's, it's terrible. There's no mincing words about it.
No.
It's horrible. And that doesn't get you ready for a run in the NCAA tournament. We've seen that. Once again, we saw it this year. But I agree with Riley. I mean, I think, in the men's side, you're seeing, a little bit of a turnover, a little bit of a changing of the guard. You're not seeing those same names over and over and over again like you do on the women's side.
Until the championship game.
Maybe.
Maybe.
3 out of the 4 Final Four teams, blue blood programs.
Right, but when was the last time that one of them won?
It's been a minute.
Okay.
Hang on. When was the last time Duke won?
Was it 11 against Villanova?
I think 11 against Villanova.
Yeah.
And then KU hadn't won since, I believe it was 15.
Yep.
And Villanova.
And Villanova hasn't won.
Villanova, when they had that last second shot.
Beat North Carolina, wasn't it?
North Carolina.
Yeah.
North Carolina, it's been a minute.
And in North Carolina, it's been a minute. So.
Since Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been that.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it Maeve? Was he on that team?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
They beat Kentucky.
He won it. He
No,
won
that was
it.
the year they won. That's the last time they won. Was May.
May.
They beat Kentucky in the semis and then went to the final. Yep, that's the year they won that.
No. They didn't beat. Sean May was when they beat Illinois. Hansborough was when they beat.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean
John,
May.
So that was
Darren Williams.
In 05.
Yeah, 05 when it was in St. Louis.
06.
It was in St. Louis.
But then
Yeah.
Hansborough was after that.
Yeah, Hansborough was 2 years after
14,
that.
Something.
Oh, no. Hansborough.
09,
No.
10.
6. Because I remember,
It's been a while. The moral story is it's been a while.
Let's go with that. Anybody out there, go ahead and put that. If you know,
in 04.
if you know, put it out there.
It was his senior year was 05 because I was watching the Vashon Poplar game on when the championship games used to be on Fox Sports Midwest. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Don't get me started on that one.
For free, right?
For free.
Oh, go ahead. Talk
No,
about it.
no, I don't want to. I don't want to open up Pandora's box. And I'm trying to keep the show on the rails, not off the rails.
Well, that's no fun.
I know it's not. So, but no, I think it was 06 when his first year.
I'm
down
looking
there.
it up because I don't care.
Well, do it on commercial break.
I'm
Yeah,
doing it
no,
right
yeah,
now.
commercial break.
Oh, you guys are
Get it.
talking. I'm just. 09.
Okay.
Yep.
That's when Hansborough won it. 09.
Okay, but that was his senior year.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
He's also
I was correct.
National Player of the Year.
Yes, but I was correct though when I said 06 was his freshman year.
There's a trophy for being right with all the trivia.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trophy in
Yeah,
months.
we'll talk- we'll talk
Who
about
is
it.
hiding
It's gone.
that?
Hey, we will have to talk about that on break, just so you know.
Okay, next topic there, Mr. Miller.
Well, I think
Is
at
it a
this
break?
point it's about time for a break.
Okay.
So, I mean, Riley, you got to start talking so that way I can play music.
All right.
only how
Well,
things-
let's go to a commercial here. We'll take our advertisements going out there. So you have been watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
Will we though? Will we be back?
We will.
Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Wiley Agencies has 2 locations in Festus and Hillsborough to serve you. We offer home, auto, boat, motorcycle, business, life insurance, investments, and much more. We offer a customized approach unique to your situation to make sure you, your family, and assets are properly protected. We also offer great rates and savings. Give us a call today at 636-764-6294 for the Festus office or 636-333-9903 for the Hillsborough office to do an insurance review or just talk sports. If you don't have time to call, feel free to email Sean at SeanWiley@allstate.com.
Are you worried about planning for your financial future? Turn to the expert with 29 years of experience and give Brian Waits a call today. Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services specializes in investments, life insurance, retirement plans, tax planning, and even 401k rollovers. For more information, or if you just want to get a quote, call Brian at 314-374-6713 or email him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Emex Transportation is a proud sponsor of the Coach's Box. Emex, the trucking company of small businesses. Roses are red, violets are blue. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let Kelly Kaufman move you. Kelly Kaufman of Real Living Gateway Real Estate brings a fresh approach with an honest, innovative, aggressive, and junk-free fee experience for all her customers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or experienced seller, Kelly Kaufman has the tools to deliver the best client experience in the industry. Give Kelly a call today at 314-221-6090 and let her move you today. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? If so, contact Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Stacy works with first-time home buyers and even savvy sellers. She also specializes in working with investors, lenders, and title companies. Stacy will be there every step of the way. Contact her today at 314-606-1007 or visit stacyzmiller.com.
All right, so welcome back to our next segment of the Coach's Box. We appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of our nonsense. Quite a bit of nonsense.
Good word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's off the rails fun. If you don't like fun and being off the rails, then you got other things you could be doing.
And who started the term off the rails? That would be me, ladies and gentlemen. I need to trademark that.
Trademark.
Is our special guest, and we got to say that our off the rails is all from you. Okay, so anytime we're off the rails, it's always it's a tribute and a salute to you, Jim Powers. But before we get into our next segment, I do want to talk a little bit about it, and we threw that up there a couple times on the show, and they have those little graphics. But we are now on Apple Podcast. We will be on some other platforms that's kind of in the works right now. If you want to subscribe to it, and when I say subscribe, that means all you have to do is just click a little check mark and you follow the show. There's no money involved in doing this. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is, if you don't want to tune in tonight and listen to us live, and a lot of people do just because they like to look at our ugly faces, make fun of us, avid show follower, whatever you are, it's fine. But if you're one of those people who just likes to listen to it and go about your day, and you're a podcast listener, go ahead and just, again, free, 100% free. We're not looking to make any money on this. You just subscribe to it. I got it up here on the screen right now. You can search on Apple Podcasts for the Coach's Box. Make sure it's the real Coach's Box, like, the real Ghostbusters. Or you can scan QR code. Sorry for all of our young people who don't know what that is, and old people who don't know what Ghostbusters are. And maybe, I don't know, Jason might not know what Ghostbusters is.
He does.
I don't know.
He does.
Have you met Jason? Never watched a movie in his life.
I do know Jason.
Okay,
Jarvis.
so anyway, and again, we will be on some other platforms coming up pretty soon. We don't have all of our shows on there, but we are in the process of putting them on. Yep. We do have probably about, I don't know, maybe 28, 29, 30 of them on there already. Yep. Out of 102. I'd say it's pretty good progress. And also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And some people are like, well, I already watched it on Facebook. Okay, listen. If you subscribe on YouTube, which, wait a minute, Riley, how much do you think it costs to subscribe on YouTube?
Free.
Free. $0. If you carry the one, multiply by 100, it's still $0.
Awesome.
And he said he didn't know math earlier.
No?
I'm special.
That still doesn't equal 0 because you times it by 100.
But I know how to get to Canada.
But it's times 0.
So let's leave it at that.
You should have went times 0 one more time.
And by the way, Jarvis said who you going to call, so yes, he does know Ghost.
You might have just heard the song. He delivers a lot. He's driving around.
Hey, that's
so,
true.
Music.
That is true.
Anyway, go to our YouTube channel. I would throw the link up there, but until we get more people to follow and subscribe, it's going to be like that, youtube.com/ 679er whatever going on, and B7, B12,
oh my
XYZ, ampersand,
/
mother
Scrabble, whatever. In
Bingo has been called. Please hold all your cards.
Show your card. So subscribe to it. Help us out. Again, free. We want to just give you guys all the mediums who watch this show and put themselves through that kind of torture. But we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. For all of our diehard fans, our cult following, people who won't admit that they watch it, listen to it, and for Coach Valroy in Perryville, thank you for watching, Coach. We know you're probably tuning in and
on YouTube.
On YouTube,
or that secret name that we found last week.
Mrs. Valroy has the Facebook,
and that tuned in last week.
That's right.
I saw that name pop up.
I'm assuming that's Mrs. Valroy. I don't know. There might be a couple Valroys down in that area.
Maybe.
Some of them referee.
Probably. All of them referees.
Just throwing it out there.
On any Friday night in St. Vincent.
That's kind of how it goes. But anyway, we appreciate you guys following, being a part of the show tonight. Again, we have our special guest, Jim Powers, who's filling in for Coach Jarvis. Coach Jarvis is a part of our live chat right now. making all kinds of comments about this being the St. Pius Coach's Box. Kind of sounds like Conference Championship Coach's Box. I think that's a better
Tonight,
term.
yes, it is.
Kind of, sort of, is.
He's going to be taking that and be like bulletin board material. He's like, this is what they said. Hey,
Use it, Coach. Use
sometimes
it.
you got to do what you got to do.
That's it.
But let's get into our next segment of the show. Zach, I don't know if you are you prepared? I mean, you showed up late.
When am I not prepared? When am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need
Do
to read
you
yours.
really want him to answer that question?
Do I need to read his evaluation on here?
He went there. Bang, bang. Shots fired. He went there.
Got it.
Oh, man. Is this something we need to devote some time to? Or move on?
How much time you got?
I'm
going to do the show right now.
Yeah.
We got some counseling session going on.
Oh no! You mean I have 4 months of my life free during the holidays? Darn! No.
Don't ever tell me that again.
All of a sudden, I hear Mandy yelling from 3 innings. She's all kinds of excited.
Zeros! Give zeros! No, but so the next we got. I don't know if you talked about it coming in here, but
We
kind of
only been like 5 minutes that you showed
you know,
up.
hey, got a big day tomorrow. There is a big event that's happening.
Yeah, I know we have mass at school. Did you get the email?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I
There
checked
you go.
it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
no, just
It's
something.
another big
big event.
Hey, don't try to steal my playbook during mass again.
I know. Didn't get caught.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be. It's a regional holiday. You know what I mean?
In St. Louis.
In St. Louis.
Yes, it definitely is.
Yeah.
It is.
Opening weekend's upon us, fellas.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great holiday.
I agree.
It'd be great. I should be able to get off school tomorrow.
Why not?
You want a rain out? I'll get you a rain out.
Had one today. As a matter of fact.
I think
Talk
you guys
about
could have
sprinkler
played.
system. Why won't that hose turn off?
Oh, yeah. But hey, think about it. Opening weekend is here. Are we ready for it?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to get back to some baseball.
Oh man, I'm excited. You already know why I'm excited. You already
For
know.
the love of freaking God.
I will.
how much
I will
excited
take
you are.
plenty of pictures for you tomorrow,
Dude.
and I will take some of Albert for you. And
Nice.
For those of you who don't know, Riley is going to opening day, and he is rubbing our noses in it.
thanks to some great friends. Thanks to some great friends that got us some
Not
tickets.
friends of this program.
Yes, they are.
Waiting.
Yeah, they're not friends of this program.
Oh wow.
So I like how you're doing all these visual aids. I've got one for you, but I want to keep us on Facebook.
Cannot
They're
show
family.
that.
No.
They're family.
Okay, whatever.
They're family.
Yeah, whatever.
It's family.
Whatever.
So what do you?
Your Pepsi
My
Mafia
better
family,
half
sure,
is
whatever.
going to the game tomorrow.
Hey.
So,
That's-
and I will be in one of the fine, upstanding establishments in South City watching the game.
Nice.
Sounds like a drinking hole.
Well, that's
great
why I
place.
got,
Like a little oasis.
hey, that's why I got my podcast done today, already loaded. That way, I don't have to do anything
Take
for
notes.
Scoops tomorrow.
So Jim, would you like to plug your podcast? By the way, I don't have a graphic. You could have sent me that.
No, for those that don't know, I'm doing a lot of work now with Dan McLaughlin and his website, scoopswithdannymac.com, which has been a blast. I've had so much fun with it over the last, we started late January with it, and, it's free high school content every day, Monday through Friday, something different, something fresh. Mondays I do a weekend wrap-up, so to say. Then Tuesday I do a poll. We did basketball, and now we're into baseball and soccer, which, by the way, Pius made the initial poll yesterday.
Hey.
At the bottom part, I think number 9 I had him slotted in.
I'm sorry. Were we talking about a sport that we don't recognize on the show?
Yes, wait, I am talking
Hey,
about girls
and
soccer.
he is actually recognizing.
And I recognize the X.
So you should be established and feel proud.
I'm happy. I'm happy for those girls.
And
There
so
you
They're
go.
getting
Nice.
recognition from Dan and from Jim and Scoops with Danny Mac.
We do that on Tuesdays. Then Wednesdays we do a student athlete of the week, which I spread it around. What I try and do is I try and do a guy the one week and then a girl the following week, from every sport, trying to spread it around. Then Thursdays is the podcast, which has just been a lot of fun. I mean, it's been great for me to reconnect with a lot of coaches that when I was working on the college side of things, I didn't get a chance to connect with them. I didn't get a chance to talk to them. And now, it's been so much fun being able to reconnect with those guys and, get a chance to talk about their kids and some of the things that are going on. And then Friday is kind of the weekend review / weekend preview. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I know in the fall, we're really looking forward to expanding and doing some streaming of games and some different things along those lines. But, one of the things when, Dan approached me about this was I want to give free content to people. There's too much content that is being put behind the paywall by a certain group, which I think is ridiculous. High school coverage should not be behind the paywall.
Never.
Should never be behind the paywall. And, I feel bad that it is, but that's why we're doing what we're doing and trying to put some free content out there and having a lot of fun. So, our podcast tomorrow will have Mason Horn from CBC on. Then we caught up with girls soccer head coach at St. Dominic, Greg Keller. I mean, they're number 3 in the country.
No kidding.
Number 3 in the country. They had a 37-game winning streak that extended all the way back to 2019.
Wow.
Broke last Friday night against a team from Kansas. And then
I'm sorry, just
Jeff Cheek from St. Louis U High, their boys volleyball program, another streak over 100 some odd sets that they've won consecutively.
Wow.
They haven't lost a set of boys volleyball in, 4 years maybe.
Wow.
So, that's kind of what we're doing with it. It's a lot of fun.
They just started kind of a volleyball club.
Kind of.
Maybe we can kind of get them.
It's a real sport. They got uniforms, everything.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Maybe we can call them up and they can have a game.
But boys volleyball, and I just found this out yesterday, and boys volleyball is actually within a year of going to be on the probationary period for being MSHA sanctioned.
Wow.
Yeah,
to be sanctioned, you have to have 50 teams in 4 different areas of the state. They're at 50 because Kansas City added teams to a varsity sport status. And basically next year they can go into what they're calling probationary period. And as long as everybody stays at that number for 2 years, then they would become sanctioned. And I think that's great because boys volleyball has really, really exploded over the last 10 years.
It definitely seems in the St. Louis area that you have a lot of different sports, whether it's field hockey on the girls' side. We're talking about boys basketball, swimming's big in the St. Louis.
Lacrosse. I mean, both boys and girls lacrosse has just absolutely exploded in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. But the problem is with lacrosse, it's big in St. Louis, but it's not big at the other parts of the state. That's where they're going to struggle getting that sanctioning part of it.
Well, let's tie that back to the baseball side of things. And so since you're obviously with your coverage area, do you notice maybe anything changing in the springtime setting, whether it's track numbers or baseball numbers, maybe going down a little bit? At least in our area, it seems like, Jefferson County has always been known as a hotbed for baseball.
Yeah.
You've got Jefferson College, now Mineral Area College, they're kind of, coming along on the scene as well. They're playing really, really well. Jeffco softball, I think, is having an outstanding season. So do you just see, is there an issue with numbers, or is it like, no, there's more kids that are getting involved in, I don't want to say obscure sports, but just different athletics?
I think kids are getting involved in different athletics. One of the topics that me and Coach Cheek talked about actually was how a lot of basketball players from the winter are playing volleyball in the spring. Because it's the same type of athleticism. You get with dribbling, you dribble with your hands. Well, volleyball, you got to use your hands to set and hit. Jumping and different things along those lines. I don't think the numbers in the traditional sports have gone down. I think track and field's exploded up in the St. Louis area. From what I've heard, the numbers on the track and field side have just been absolutely phenomenal. I'll say this, I really believe that the only sport that is getting crushed right now, and I hate to say it, it's football. Football numbers are going down considerably.
Really? Is this the whole concussion?
I think there's a whole lot. I think concussion. I think
A lot of kids think that they've got to specialize, and they don't want to specialize.
And I also think that it's the fear of a lot of kids fear that football you get hurt in more than any other sport, and so I think you're seeing. I say this without trying to hurt people's feelings.
Wrong place for that.
What is our moniker?
Like we see it.
There we go.
But I feel like in today's society, kids are afraid of one, being hurt, or two, let's be honest, in football, you got to work hard. You got to work hard or you're going to get the crap knocked out of you.
Yeah.
And so the society that we are in currently, there's very few kids that want to consistently work hard. And those kids that don't want to work hard are going to get hurt.
I agree.
I mean, it's point taken. And so I think you're seeing the reps of that generation changing football. And as much as I enjoy watching football on Friday nights, I think it's one of the greatest sports to watch on a Friday night. When you're going to a hometown and you watch a packed stadium, I mean, it's an atmosphere like no other. Be honest with you, but I mean, it's just losing it definitely is losing its mind.
Well,
that's for sure.
Now, you said that kids are afraid of getting hurt. I think they're afraid of getting their feelings hurt.
Absolutely. I think it's not. I think
there's a lot to unpack on that because
it's just not mental. It's just not physically getting hurt. It's mentally getting hurt.
I agree.
It's mentally getting yelled at, and
that doesn't
taking that criticism and different things like that. I'll say this, Chris, and I think I've said it on this show before. I honestly believe within 5 years we are going to have an 8-man division on this side of the state. I hate to say it, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong.
I don't disagree with that.
But I honestly believe that we're going to have at least 5 to 7, 5 to 8 schools that aren't going to have a choice but to go to 8-man.
That would be really, really sad.
Yes, in the St. Louis Metro, absolutely it would.
Yeah, it would. But I can see it happening between, you got a lot of people who they're worried about their kids and getting hurt and everything. I get it. But at the same time, it's been around for a long time. The game is just about as damn safe as you can make it. It's come a long way.
Yes, it has.
I mean, and to watch football programs teach tackling now in comparison to, the old Bull in the Ring days and the Oklahoma drill and things like that. Yeah. It's not the same as it used to be. Now, what I think it goes even further than the being yelled at, the physical. It's the willingness to be able to lose. And why I say it like that is, what happens when I don't get instant gratification? The gratification you come from playing sports is I win or I do well, which would be an individual win. Team wins, I win. And I don't get that. What's the first thing that happens? I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Without a doubt.
I'm gonna turn my Xbox settings back on easy, and I'm gonna hit every single home run. I'm going to throw a touchdown pass on every single one.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with that because that's what my PlayStation 4 settings are. So
the sliders are turned all the way to home run. Wait. When Matt Carpenter can actually hit home runs.
Coach Rhodes, are you watching?
I know Rhodes,
are you watching?
Oh, no, he's watching. By the way, did Carpenter even make the mission?
No,
he did.
So what did Kevin say? He said no Cardinal that was either released or wasn't re-signed, made
Major League roster.
Emma Martinez definitely didn't.
So you have a generation of kids who don't understand how to deal with adversity on a literally social, in real life. I like to say that, in real life, IRL. That's the thing. I didn't know that until the kid's like, they're my friends, IRL. I'm like, the hell does that mean? In real life. Oh, you have fake friends. We used to have you talk to people. So you get over it, Coach.
We need to go to Cardinals side because originally that's what we were gonna do.
So we have a generation that struggles with that, and I can see where that's obviously going to affect sports. It's obviously going to affect a lot of things.
Agreed.
But if we're talking about the future of our sports, our high school sports, which is going to, in turn, affect our college sports, it's going to affect our professional sports. You see it already, a decay at the highest level with how attitudes are. I mean, people are chastising LeBron James for not playing. And the NBA is like load management. I mean, hell, Jordan was 40 years old and didn't want to miss a game. He didn't want to miss a practice. Right. You know why? Because he's Michael freaking Jordan, okay?
Yep.
And it's a different way of thinking now than what it used to be. And that is a microcosm of what we have now. I don't want to bring this up, but you know, there are kids who would be okay with, you know, because they got a little bumps and bruise, not perform at the highest level in the most important games of the year because of some bumps and bruises. I mean, if I had freaking mono, like the point guard that I played with, you couldn't have kept me on the freaking couch. I would give parts of my body that are very vital and important to men to go and play another freaking game of high school basketball.
Agreed.
Because it meant that much to me.
Yeah.
And I would take all the adversity that went with it.
All the running,
yeah,
all
damn
the
right.
sides,
You're damn
all
right.
that stuff.
All of it,
man.
Because
go right back at it.
But again, that's hard. Basketball is hard. Sports are hard.
Any sport.
Being competitive because you're not guaranteed winning. The instant gratification that comes with it, with what people want. The McDonald's, I need it in 30 seconds, or I'm driving off.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in sports. It doesn't happen in sports, and I think that's what we're running into is this generation of I need it now, I need high speed, I need TikTok, Snapchat, 10 seconds, feed it to me, okay, and I'm there, I'm good, I'm the greatest of all freaking time. No, you're not. Okay, well, I'm out, I'm done.
This generation needs to understand, and unfortunately they don't, and I don't know what it's going to take to get this generation to understand that things are not going to be given to you on a silver platter.
Never.
You know what? Not everybody is going to get a participation medal. I'm sorry, that is not what it is all about. I mean, you look, and I look at myself, you know, I busted my butt to get where I'm at. You know, when I coached back in Ohio, I learned from some of the best. You know, I moved down here, got into the media. I didn't know anything about the media until I moved down here. I learned, and I worked hard at it. And it just wasn't handed to me on a silver platter.
That's right.
But kids these days, and I hate to say it, they think that everything is going to be handed to them, and they're going to be spoon-fed everything, and everything's going to be okay, and this is the way life is. I'm sorry, life is not going to be that way.
This is not the way.
It is, I'm telling you right now, it is a very, very cold world out there if you are not prepared.
Yes.
So we all know that.
And I'll stop that and stop before this whole conversation. And
you're not giving me the stop sign, Blair.
Yes, I definitely am.
Okay. Hold on, time out. I want to know, they had the All-Star game this weekend. Did he get the stop sign?
No.
Hey, Blair.
No, he was giving me the stop sign because he thought me and Kyle were at the end of the bench. We were
hey, you just take your ass to the end of the bench.
Hey. I'm just going to throw some guy's name out there that officiated this weekend at the All-Star game. I think he talked to me more this weekend during the game than he has probably in his entire career of reffing any of my games.
Who was that?
Kerry Eggemeyer sitting next to me the whole time. And while the game's going on, the announcer comes across, hey, Kerry, the game's down at this end of the floor. You need to sit down here and quit talking to that guy.
That did happen.
But I watched a little bit of the video, and I'm like, what is Riley doing? And then I look at the score, I'm like, now I know what he's doing. Okay, enough said.
But what I was going back to is, you know, it's not just kids. Right. I mean, is your job hard? Is your job hard? Is your job hard? Is my job hard? You know what? Every single one of us do a job that is difficult. Do we quit when it doesn't work? When it doesn't go the way we want to? I mean, like Coach Corner said, I think that the biggest problem with kids today is themselves, but more importantly, maybe the parents. The parents think that it should be just
Don't
given
blame
to
the
them.
parents.
And I'm a firm believer that that's my case with my own kids. Sometimes I believe that my kid earned it. Give it to him. No, maybe he didn't earn it.
Right.
Maybe he didn't earn that. So it's just
Well,
it's a
here's the
hard
other
thing
thing.
for you to grasp as adults or kids.
As a parent, and maybe he did, because we've had this conversation. Matter of fact, this last weekend with Ethan, and we said, look, because he's really trying. He's working hard in track, and he's doing well, but he's not doing as well as he's wanting to. And we basically said, buddy, hey, you're giving everything you got, but people might be better than you.
Yeah.
And there's as long as you're doing the best you can, that's all you can ask for. And if somebody's still better than you, then it is what it is. That just tells you life's not fair. But if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I've done absolutely everything I can, then you got to take that as a win, and you got to take that as a life lesson.
Absolutely.
And so, hey, it's not these posters that you see on message boards, and you're losing basketball games by 90, and they just say, get better. It doesn't work that way. You can put in the time and effort and all of that, and you still might get turbo clocked. But there's still honor in doing absolutely everything that you can.
There's other things that are achieved and gained and earned and learned from a basketball game or from any sport in a loss. And it's not just, wait for it, guys, it's not just about winning or losing. There's more to the game. There's more to, Zach and I have talked about this in just BSing around while I'm supposed to be watching Disney Plus. But, the journey is the important part when you're going through practice, things like that.
So this weekend, weather permitting, baseball team's going up to get to Busch Stadium and playing Saturday. And I hope for the kids.
For the kids.
I know it's going to be for me, but I hope more so for the kids that they stop at some point, whether it's before the game, it could be during the game, after the game, and you take a look around and you get to see, look at this opportunity that I have. Whether we win, lose by 100, it doesn't matter, and say, enjoy the moment that you are in. Because I think that's a kicker, is that they don't think about just be in the moment.
Yeah.
Be in the moment.
I'm 54 years old. I had a chance to do something that I've never done, and that's work the NAIA championship. I announced 12 games in 3 days. I walked into Municipal Auditorium and just looked around and wow, I get to announce a national championship.
That's cool.
I walk into Evansville for the D2 every year. Every year I walk into the Ford Center and I'm like, my gosh, I get to do this again. How much fun is this? You got to take that moment and enjoy the opportunities that you are given.
I look at it like this. I've only coached in one as a head coach, and I was fortunate enough to win it. That game at Herculaneum that we won the district.
Oh, no experience.
Our kids are warming up, and I'm pretty sure I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just turned and looked, and I'm just looking at it's. I'm pretty sure you guys broke a fire code.
We probably surely did.
Okay,
surely did.
And I'm looking around, and I'm like, just thinking to myself, expletive.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
There's so many people here.
It's goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
And still, today,
I know.
I guarantee you.
It's like, this is. The state championship's going to be if you'd ever get there. And I've had the I've been fortunate enough to be an assistant coach, and win one and be a part of that, and I'll forever be grateful and thankful for that. But that atmosphere wasn't anywhere close to that one game.
No.
Because it's packed. It's a packed gym, and even when I've had the opportunity to coach in gyms like that. There's nothing. It's like, soak it up.
Yeah,
just soak it up.
And here's the other thing that you guys think. I think that we take for granted probably way too many times is, man, every single day you get a chance to do something you like to do. Enjoy it. How many times do you get a chance to get up in the day and say, gosh, I get to go to work today? To me that's important. I'm able to go to work. I'm able to go to work every single day. So, these kids don't realize, and some of these parents don't realize, hey, man, it's important that I was able to get out of bed today and go do what I want to do.
You know what?
I picked this profession. I picked this job that I got. So I'm going to be thankful for it. Do I like it every day? No. But I picked it, so I'm going to get up and I'm going to say, hey, thanks for letting me go to work today. Like, it's an opportunity.
I think every student athlete, and I think coaches should make their kids, everybody should watch the Jimmy V speech.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree.
It was on the other night, actually.
Yep.
And, and I actually used a piece of it when I came down last year and talked to, Riley's team, when I said there's 3 things every day that you got to do. You got to dream, you got to cry, and you got to laugh. If you do those 3 things every day, you're going to be the most successful person in the world. And I 100% agree with that. 100%.
And you know what?
And by the way, I still sat there and cried during that speech.
And the most successful person in the world doesn't matter if anybody else thinks it. Guess what? You do.
That's right.
And to me, that's the biggest problem, is kids don't think that anymore. Their expectations are so way out there that they don't think that was successful.
That speech.
Well said, and I think you look at the graph, right? It's uneven because I want this, but this is all I'm willing to put in.
Right.
And I think that's because
baby without the labor pains.
Yeah,
I'll use your saying.
Yeah. Baby without the labor pains. But speaking of success, I want to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about
Cardinals baseball finals.
I thought you were already talking about Cardinals.
Zach's running the show. He comes in late now. He's running the show.
Well,
Love it.
He's supposed to be the host. You'd think the host would be here early.
We're going to go there. We're going to go there. Okay.
Go ahead. Say something to me about it.
No.
Well, hold on. We're waiting for Riley to start talking to the music.
I was getting ready. So, you've been watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Wiley Agencies has 2 locations in Festus and Hillsborough to serve you. We offer home, auto, boat, motorcycle, business, life insurance, investments, and much more. We offer a customized approach unique to your situation to make sure you, your family, and assets are properly protected. We also offer great rates and savings. Give us a call today at 636-764-6294 for the Festus office or 636-333-9903 for the Hillsborough office to do an insurance review or just talk sports. If you don't have time to call, feel free to email Sean at SeanWiley@allstate.com.
Are you worried about planning for your financial future? Turn to the expert with 29 years of experience and give Brian Waits a call today. Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services specializes in investments, life insurance, retirement plans, tax planning, and even 401k rollovers. For more information, or if you just want to get a quote, call Brian at 314-374-6713 or email him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net. No time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peevely, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Emex Transportation is a proud sponsor of the Coach's Box. Emex, the trucking company of small businesses. Roses are red, violets are blue. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let Kelly Kaufman move you. Kelly Kaufman of Real Living Gateway Real Estate brings a fresh approach with an honest, innovative, aggressive, and junk-free fee experience for all her customers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or experienced seller, Kelly Kaufman has the tools to deliver the best client experience in the industry. Give Kelly a call today at 314-221-6090 and let her move you today. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? If so, contact Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Stacy works with first-time home buyers and even savvy sellers. She also specializes in working with investors, lenders, and title companies. Stacy will be there every step of the way. Contact her today at 314-606-1007 or visit stacyzmiller.com.
Well, thank you guys for tuning into the Coach's Box. We'll be getting into our next segment here in a second. Just want to thank all of our sponsors who make this show possible. And you guys got a chance to see some of them during our break. Home by SMCI, Sean Wiley, Brian Waits Financial Service, TJ's Bar and Grill, Emex Trucking, Kelly Kaufman at Real Living Financial, and Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway. We'd also like to give a special thanks to Joel here at La Pachanga, who allow us to come here, take up a couple of his tables, and do our show. Have these lights on and everything, and take away from the ambiance that is his restaurant. But we do appreciate it, and he's very gracious. We do repay him in a way with buying food, and if I'll tell you right now, Jim can attest to this. The food here is fantastic, wouldn't you say?
Normally, I'm a fajitas guy. Normally, when I go to a Mexican place, it's fajitas. Just load me up, give it to me. Well, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to try something different tonight. I got the burrito Mexicana. Oh my gosh.
Delicious.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So you heard it there, and now you guys know how we are about it. So if you're looking for some good food, they take care of us. They take care of anybody who comes in here. Come on down to La Pachanga and Herculaneum. We are very, prejudiced and to this one in particular.
Just a Herculaneum.
Just Herculaneum. There's one in Festus, but you know what? It doesn't have the same atmosphere.
Nope.
And
if you want to come in, eat some dinner, and maybe buy our dinner that one night, you come in and watch the show. We'd love that. I mean,
I was just trying to figure out who's buying my dinner tonight out of the three of you. So it's that Pepsi money again.
There you go. So again, we want to thank La Pachanga for putting up with us and hosting us. And real quick, again, we want to say that if you and I'll put it on the bottom there, the little thing on the screen. If you want to, and we would appreciate it, sign in your email, go to youtube.com, search for the Coach's Box. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. Everything we do is for free. For free. I mean, hell, our advertisements are dirt cheap. I mean, if you know anybody who's got a small business.
Speaking of the advertisements, there's the likelihood that one of us is probably going to go to said business and spend more in one setting at your business than a sponsorship actually costs.
This is true.
100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a win-win for you and anybody who has that
Gonna
business.
take place tonight and tomorrow.
Maybe.
It's foreshadowing.
It's South City.
So again, sponsorship. If you know anybody who's
It's called
interested,
a deep tease.
sure. I'm sorry, you've been in this business longer than I'm just a dipwad who doesn't know what he's doing over here. But again, if you're interested in sponsoring, I'll throw that one up there so that way you guys can see it. $25 for the first month, so that way you can set everything up. $15 a month after that. It's definitely cheap. It's definitely worth any business who's looking to do it. It's the cost of a meal at McDonald's now, apparently, thanks to inflation.
Thank you.
And we will tape a commercial, we'll run a commercial, whatever you would like.
Listen, we are dancing monkeys. We will do whatever you want to do when it comes to this.
We will come to your business and film it if you would like us to.
Yeah, we're very open to doing things like this.
We want to give what's best for you guys.
Stop shaking your head, Jim.
If you're going to advertise.
I'm just worried that you're going to get the pious kids out of class. Say, hey, y'all want some community hours? Here we go. Come on.
That's a great idea.
I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Jim.
I
appreciate
You know, I'm going to get a phone call from the Archdiocese. What are you doing with these kids not in pious?
Hey, you're just trying to further and help the education at St. Pius.
The X.
And again, we're going to keep pushing this. We are now on Apple Podcasts, so if that's the kind of thing you do, you like to just turn on our show, listen to it while you go and do anything else. Let's say that you're at a family function on your wife's side and you don't really want to pay attention. You sneak the earbuds in. You're listening to other things like the game, but there's no games on. The Blues are losing. Baseball's not on yet. Hey,
he can say that. He's not married.
And I have been. And there's a reason I can say it.
Because he had those things in his ears.
Can we talk about the Cardinals now?
They didn't have those. So anyway, before we talk about the Cardinals, go to Apple Podcasts. You can search for the Coach's Box. You can scan this code. You can subscribe, which is a little check mark. How much does it cost, Zach?
Not a
damn thing. You get to listen to us.
But you got to give them the why, though. You got to give them the why. It's because of the viewers. It's because of the followers that we're able to try and branch out. And and it's because of guys like Jim that comes on the show and help us. Just four goofy guys that thought, hey, let's just try and do something. And like we keep saying, 2 years later, we're still at it.
Yeah.
Can't stop us.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop, right? But it's
Gotta
really a tribute
win.
to everybody that watches the show that we thought, well, let's try and expand. I mean, we're having a great time doing it.
We want to give you guys as much as we can as far as mediums within our power. I mean, we're not making hardly anything because we're just trying to keep the stuff going because you guys like to tune in. And again, we have ideas. We have tabled any of those because we enjoy doing this. And
Coach Winkler's watching. He's got the TV on, watching the Blues game with his earbuds in, listening to us.
There you go,
There's a perfect
Coach Winkler
example
never
right
misses
there.
a show. Matter of fact, he asked me yesterday if the show was tomorrow because he wanted to know. And I'm sitting there thinking, it was like, well, hell, I was waiting for Riley to do a commercial.
Well, we were thinking
Hey,
about.
we're going to be waiting a while.
Hey, maybe I'll do a commercial tomorrow live at Busch Stadium. Maybe I'll do that.
Or maybe me and you'll do one next Wednesday at Busch.
Yeah, we'll be there next Wednesday. Yeah.
Well, maybe. If and buts were candy and nuts.
Man, maybe. We'll all be.
Speaking of Busch Stadium,
somewhere
let's jump right into it.
Well, Cardinals, I mean, are you surprised with the opening day roster? I mean, it came out today, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about this.
Can you read the lineup?
I like it.
If I got, I got to find it.
Oh, gosh.
But the one thing that I wanted to talk about, I didn't neccerily.
Show host is prepared.
I don't know if I like this.
What happens when you're late? Sorry.
Anyway.
If I was the show host, I would have the lineup already memorized.
They don't have the lineup for tomorrow out. The only for sure thing is that Pujols is in the lineup.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Do you know where he's batting?
I haven't said that, but Marmol has already said.
Did Danny Mac
that,
tell you?
No, Martin Kilcoyne actually told me. Thank you very much.
Name dropping. He's name dropping people.
It was on Fox 2 at 5. It was on Fox 2 at 5:30 tonight when Martin was from downtown.
I haven't seen anything yet.
No, the only thing that's given is
Projection.
that
Pujols will be in the starting lineup tomorrow.
Well, you got to think that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. I mean, it's going to. My thing, the biggest that I saw was Jordan Hicks as the number 5 starter.
Today made that announcement.
I don't know if I like that. I like Jordan Hicks closing the ball game. Give me 102, 103 mile an hour.
He can still do that.
But I want him at the end. You know, Flaherty's out right now. Reyes is out right now. I don't know if the guy's coming off surgery again. He's coming off, the health issues. Is that the right decision?
But I don't think he has to throw 102.
He's going to.
For consistent. I think where he comes in
as longevity as a professional baseball player, I get it. But hey, if I'm Marmol, I'm saying I think you're best utilized as that closer.
Go ahead, Jim.
I would say for right now, I'm okay with it. Because you have Flaherty out, because you have Reyes out. Once you get one of those two back, you need to get him back to the back end of the bullpen. Now, the other part of it is, and I think what everybody's got to remember, you are not going to get a lot of pitchers that are going to be throwing 5+ innings right now. No. Nobody's ready. Nobody's arms are even close to being ready.
And they still don't throw, throw 5 innings anymore.
Yeah, there was that score last week that 27 to something?
28 to 9?
Yeah. Guess what? We are going to see a lot of those games. Maybe not to that extreme, but we are going to see a lot of those lopsided softball scores because these pitching staffs aren't ready. These guys didn't come in ready to go.
No.
They didn't know when they were going to come in. Sure, maybe cardio they're wise, but arm-wise, they weren't ready in 3.5 weeks to get an arm ready to go 6-7 innings. It's not going to happen.
So isn't that their job? Isn't that their profession? Whether we're going to start on time, a month late, isn't that their job?
Riley, can you let the show host know that sometimes people don't do their jobs?
Oh,
even though they're supposed to be getting paid.
You mean?
And if he would be here on time and prepared, he would understand this.
That's true. There is a thing called being prepared.
I'm holding a lot back here. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, that's your own fault.
That's okay.
Well, hey, I mean, it says it right above your head.
Call
right here.
like we see it.
We call it like we see
Speaking of call, maybe if I got a call that said, "Hey, show up to the show tonight."
What the hell did you not know to show up on time?
Anyway, that's anyway.
So we did have to call you. We called you 5 minutes before. Said, "Why are you not here?" He said, "Oh, I forgot. I'll be on my way in a minute."
Oh, that's the conversation. That's how it went.
So let's get back on the rails for just a little bit. I know Jim's loving this.
Well, hey, I do got a comment on here about the Cardinals. So
Best ever.
Oh, here you go. Talk about your mom.
So yes, I
your mom.
Speaking of Cardinals, a blast from the past is back. And I recall Coach Blair mentioning last year that Pujols would be back.
Riley's mom.
And you all said he was absolutely crazy. Any thoughts on that?
Hey, I think it was never this guy.
I literally said it a week before they signed him.
You've said it.
I said it on our 100th episode. Towards the end.
I do remember you saying that.
It was a stone cold frozen take that you guys can throw it back up in my face, and it's fine. I said the only way. I didn't think they would. I thought the pride would get in the way because he left. Mm-hmm. He didn't take more money to go and play in Los Angeles. And they signed him. Okay. I admit that I was wrong. I have no problem admitting that. I mean, how do they say they do it? The only way is if they swallowed their pride and then said, okay, we're going to bring you back. And it's fine. I have no problem with it. I like it. But you know what? I like what Tony Teague said.
Even a squirrel finds a nut sometimes?
Yeah, there you go.
You know what?
The blind one does too.
The last time he did, 2011, Albert Pujols was on that team, and guess what they did?
They won.
They won. So, hey.
The only thing that concerns me with the Cardinals right now is the middle relief.
Middle relief is not good.
I am not sold on those guys from innings 6, 7, and 8.
I would agree with that.
I think who said that? Ron Rhodes, said Gio's a great closer. I like that. I think once you get Flaherty and Reyes back, you get Hicks back into that 8th inning role as the setup guy. You let Gio go to work. But gosh, the middle of the middle part of that bullpen scares the absolute bejesus out of me.
So then, here's my question. I mean, we're talking about Gallegos. We just said Hicks. You got Cabrera, McFarland, Brooks. You've got Whitley, Helsley. All of these guys coming back. So the question then is, if you're going to say what you just said, that you're only going to see 4 or 5 innings from starting pitchers, and then we're worried about middle relief, which that sounds like that's about the exact same amount of time that the starters are going to have, then why not take the Colorado Rockies approach that they did a few years back, which is everybody's going to go 4 or 5 innings or around that, and then you save payroll. You don't have to pay $30 million, not that they would ever do
For
that
the big
anyway.
Chris
for the big
Bryant.
arm. Huh?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just saying like the Cardinals and say, why don't we get, instead of tier A talent, which we're never going to pay $30 million for, or 35, or whatever Scherzer money is, that's apparently
43.
which
Yeah,
is
43.
more than what Baltimore.
And he's not even throwing for the next week.
Scherzer is making more money than 5 teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their combined payroll, 5 teams.
Yeah.
Continue.
So
Throw it
why
out
not get, second tier or B-rated compensated type talent and load up that way, where you can say, I'll spend 7, 8, 10 mil, 12 mil, and I'm going to have that type of a major league rotation pitching staff.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I've already heard 4 teams, when they get to their number 5 slots in their rotation, they're already saying it's free for all day.
Yeah. Well,
You are going to see bullpen games
Yes.
a lot more this year than what we have ever seen.
So I'm going to comment on the Hicks thing and kind of piggyback what you just said. Marmol already came out and said that they were going to use openers. There he is. There's your opener. Jordan Hicks is the opener. Jordan Hicks is going 2 innings. That's why he's going to throw 102. You'll see him throw 102. Because that first off, that's all he freaking does. For anybody who thinks that Jordan Hicks is a starter, any of you guys here, you're out your damn mind. He's not going to, because he is full tilt. I'm throwing it. Go ahead and hit it. I'm either gonna hit the glove or I'm gonna break the sign behind
Ricky
there.
Vaughn.
Well, the guy that's getting paid much more than any of us at the table combined said he's going to be the 5th starter.
Well,
So guess what? He's going to be a starter.
he's going to be a 5th
But
but he's opener.
But what's going to happen?
He's going to be the opener.
Maybe.
He's going to do just what you just said. It's going to be bullpen day.
The hope is
Free for all.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Nope.
1, 2, 3, and then he's out one
Ball
time
4.
through, and Coach
Ball
Winkler
8.
said that one time through the lineup, done.
Ball 4.
Coach
ball
Winkler
8,
also said.
ball 12. I don't know why you guys laid off pitches this close.
Coach Miller tried to tell Zach what time the show was going to start tonight, but Zach wouldn't let him back in his classroom today.
And Coach Rhodes has said, Miller, you're wrong.
Well, you know what, Coach
That's every
Rhodes?
day.
Get in line. There's a lot of damn people who think I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Notice I am not married. And you know what? I'm just telling you. Hey, I call it like I see it, Coach. You've been on the show. You know how this works. You've watched the show about every week. That's just the way it goes. And I'll say it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. I don't need to win my consolation trophy, participation trophy.
Still want to know where the doggone trophy is. How many games did the Cardinals win this year?
92.
No. 88.
92.
I got them at 89.
I'm taking the under.
You're going under?
Wow.
When did they win last?
I've got-
86.
Who wins
No,
the
they
division?
won 90
I won-
games, didn't they?
No, they were in the 80s.
No, they won 90 last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
They won
Yeah.
90 last year.
They got hot,
Listen,
remember?
yeah, they did. Now listen, I
They won that
understand.
big streak.
Chicago,
17 in a row.
Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. We're
Not a
gonna
Cardinals
have
fan.
a lot of opportunities for wins
It's
there.
not Cardinals fan.
Okay, I am a Cardinals fan,
No.
but
Now,
here's my question,
bandwagon jumper.
please. Here's my question:
Yay.
Does Pujols, the signing of Pujols, does that cover up the deficiencies that they didn't do in the offseason?
No, but you're going to buy a ticket and go watch it.
That's what I'm saying. Does it cover up the deficiencies?
There is
Of the
one.
team.
There is one.
90 and 72.
Left-handed bat off the bench now with the DH in place. That's a left-handed DH against a righty.
Yes.
Yes.
So to answer your question in that aspect, yes, I think that signing helped in that aspect of it.
Yeah.
No, everything else though, no.
Oh, wait. Hey, when Pujols gets a standing ovation every time he's at the plate, what's that going to do to the opposing pitcher? Like, yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
I got. Here's pressure. I don't want to be number 700.
When Pujols hits that first home run and that place, if he does it in Busch and that place goes absolutely bat crap crazy,
It will.
that pitcher, whoever's behind Pujols in the lineup, better come up with full body armor because that pitcher ain't going to know what else to do but just try and aim the ball down the plate. It's going to hit somebody in the head.
Jim used bat crap crazy.
He did.
He realizes this is a family show at times. There might be small children listening.
Now, especially now.
Maybe on the YouTube channel.
Maybe on the YouTube
Oh,
channel.
no.
Yeah.
All right, so you said
I-
you had
I
who wins
want
the
them.
division?
Hey, hang on. Riley,
I want the Cardinals.
how many wins did they? What was the record last year?
90 and 72.
You know what? A real Cardinals fan would have knew that they won 90 games.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The Brewers won 95
Right.
and won the division.
That's right.
That's who I'm worried about.
You should be. They've got really good pitching.
Here's
They
why.
got pitching at the end. Their problem
It's
is
not even the pitching. It's you look at their lineup. Now listen, and listen to me. You go to a Cardinal game or you watch it on TV, you see the Brewers rolling out 6'2", 225, 6'3", 240, and it's boom, boom, boom,
And
hitter. And then you look at the
Steroids.
Cardinals lineup, and you don't feel that as a pitcher, I have to have a perfect pitch every time. Otherwise, it might land up at the slide. Okay? You don't have, you don't have that tactic. You're not worried about several of these guys that are in the
Their
lineup
normal everyday
that-
lineup, I would say there's 5 guys that you better be ready for.
Better be ready in case Pujols hits one.
And Pujols is 6.
I wanted to.
I mean, when you've
Sound
got
like it.
when you've got Arenado, you've got Goldsmith, you've got Bader, you've got O'Neill.
Hey, Harrison Bader, hey, he's it. But he's not a hitting threat yet.
He's not it yet.
He will
on
be.
the offense. I hope.
agree.
I hope. And he, what he's done for the community, what he continues to do, he's exactly what you want with Cardinal Nation. I just don't think he's there offensively.
Well, it does. Okay, listen.
Yachty's not there
will
anymore
take-
offensively.
I will take Bader hitting
Yeah.
250
Sure.
tops if he continues to play like he does in
Defensively.
center
You can-
and doesn't get hurt a lot.
Okay, you can do that. You can have a Yachty and you can have Bader up the middle.
Sure.
My question mark of the year when you talk about success is going to be DeYoung, because
Yeah.
you need another pop. Does
agree with that.
O'Neill stay healthy, and does he replicate what he did last year? And even if he doesn't get to that point, if
So-
he's,
Go ahead.
if he's still 27, 28, 29 home runs, that's fine. But you have got to have, you can't have Yachty, DeYoung, and Bader and not get production out of those three spots.
maybe not last year because you had the pitcher hitting in a 9-hole.
Right.
Now you don't.
Right.
So now you have 6 guys who can,
Do you?
at best maybe,
Do you?
at best maybe.
See, but you just said it, at best. Brewers are
Well, I
rolling
know
out.
for damn
Brewers
sure.
are rolling out.
I know for
1-9.
damn sure that if the pitcher's coming up, that unless it's Waino, and Waino's not hitting like 700,
Hey,
then
you'd be,
it's an instant out.
Zach, you'd be entertained in Milwaukee.
Huh?
You would be entertained in Milwaukee.
And they've been winning.
Here's
And
what I'm
that's-
going to say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Bader, we've already used the one baseball movie references in Major League. I'm going to go to Moneyball now.
Oh,
If I am Marmol, I'm telling Bader, draw walks.
Yes.
Get on base. Where does he help the team the most?
Base path.
When he gets on first, no matter how he does it, Roger Dorn and lean in and get hit by a pitch.
Jim, I have a serious question. Is it too early for Roger Dorn?
Lean in and take it. Let's lean in. But that's where Bader helps his team the most. Is
I'd
when
agree.
he's on base,
Yeah.
he could steal. He's going to stretch a single from first to third. He's going to score from second on anything into the outfield. And so you got to get in his head and tell him what he needs to do instead of him going up free swinging.
Here's the fundamental difference, is that the St. Louis Cardinals are not, the roster that they have is not set up for a 2022 baseball program. It is set up for a 1980s small ball, whitey ball, hit on first, hit and run,
What's
bunt them
wrong with
over. Nothing. We love it. But but when you don't call bunts, when you don't put hit and run on, when you don't let them steal, when Tommy Edman is
see
the
what
best
this guy
guy
does.
and has,
See what Pop Warner does coaching third base.
I hope.
From what I've heard and from what I've seen on a few of the exhibition games,
Right.
Pop Warner is very aggressive over at third.
But it's
as
all
the third
bowed
base
down
coach.
because it's all the analytics of, well, we got to do this, we got to do that, instead of take the run now and
Right.
put pressure on the other team, especially when it's late game situation. What's the meme? You put the ball in play, good things are going to happen. And we don't have. We just went through three guys. Add Tommy to the mix.
Right.
We don't. There's 4 out of the 9 that they're not big boppers. They're not 30, 35 plus home run guys. So you might as well scrap the 2022 baseball and go back. Hey, stay ahead of the curve because at some point it's going to go back and play small ball.
That's not happening.
Then that's why I'm taking the under.
I really wish more teams. And in fact, I was driving down here tonight, and they had the commish on KMOX talking about this, and they were talking about this same exact topic. Small ball, bunt, moving base runners over, and
Greatest part of the game.
That's it. And when you start to see the trickle down effect.
It is.
When you see colleges, when you watch a Tennessee play, when you watch a Mississippi State play, these big teams in the SEC, and you're seeing them use small ball. Throw the analytics out the doggone window.
Thank you.
I'm not saying this. Look, baseball, and this is a conversation that I've had with Alec and Michael, especially because just the game is saturated with analytics.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to I want to see what's going on with you guys. What are you seeing? And the conversation, especially with Alec, he said baseball, the new thing comes in, everybody does it, everybody steals it, the whole Moneyball analytics thing, the game always goes back.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
So it's going to at some point, because
2022.
what you have is you have however many years where you push what kind of practices are people practicing. It goes back to when the Cardinals played in 2006 against the Tigers. Watching grown-ass men not be able to field a bunt.
Oh yeah,
and just throw the ball around.
It was
cost the Tigers, who
priceless.
I would say would probably been a better team.
Agreed.
I agree.
Lose 4 out of 5 to the Cardinals, who were not a great team.
That was not one of their better World Series teams.
Anytime
Not
that
even
they've
close.
ever won in my generation, they have not been a great, just stellar win 105 to dominate everybody
get
team. When they had Pujols and Roland and
the
Edmonds,
MB3.
yeah, they didn't win. They didn't win it.
No. I'm just saying they
won games.
Yeah,
they won games.
Right.
Did they get the ring? No, because they ran into the teams that were better, and they did fundamentals better. And again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't see it right now with this team. Now, defensively, they're pretty damn good. Even if they played Young, even if they put Sosa,
Which goes back to the point of if they said, and I think the radio talked about whether it's starting pitching or on the end that they think the pitching is really, really good. You said just kind of the middle innings. Well, then you know what? What they need to do is go back to the style and say, hey, 4.5 runs a game, and let your pitching and let your defense win the ball game for it. If you can get, what I can't remember who it was, they said, what number do you need? And he drew 4.5 in the sand or in the dirt. He said, that's our goal. If we can score over 4.5 runs a game, we have a good shot of winning the ball game.
But then you go against what baseball's been trying to do as far as getting
Would you want to go
fans.
against it, or do you want to
Analytics.
win championships? What's going to put
I don't know.
fans
Go
in the
ask
stands?
some of these teams that have payrolls that are less than Scherzer makes, and ask them: are you trying to win a championship, or are you
Maybe.
trying to put money in your
Make money.
pocket? Like, I don't know who the Royals owner is. For years, and I've had friends who are Royals fans.
Yep.
For whatever ungodly reason, they're Royals fans. Is that ice taste good, by the way?
I've been waiting for it.
I'm wondering why we
Just
haven't.
mute him. Just mute him.
God,
You know what he's saying?
I'm thirsty.
It's not even the good ice.
Miller, it's almost time to go home.
gosh, you tired? Grandpa, you need to chew.
I gotta have something to eat.
Kitchen's not closed.
Okay, hold on. I think Coach Winkler is telling us it's time. I'm turning you guys down to listen and watch Alexa Dact. Well, we're getting upstaged by Alexa Dact. It's time to hang it up for the night.
He can tune in on the podcast.
Exactly.
Somebody show Coach Winkler how to get on the podcast.
He's like, what's that? I still got my flip phone. I don't even know what that means.
I'd still have
Sorry,
one if I
Coach,
could.
I had to put it out
I'd
there.
still have one if
That
I
guy,
could.
right there.
I would.
That guy.
golly.
I don't know.
So then, what are you saying then? Okay, we said 90. Are you taking over under, or are you?
I said 88.
You said 88.
Yeah, I said
Who
88.
wins
He
the
said-
division?
Wait, you
92?
said under. So no, throw a win total out there. You don't pull the
All right, he
Price is Right
88, 92, 89.
Price is right.
86.
$1.
86.
80. Wow, you
All right,
just.
who do you got
86.
winning the division?
Boy, under.
I want the Cardinals.
Whoa.
$1. I want the Cardinals. I want the Cardinals to win. But if they don't change their philosophy, it's going to wind up being the Brewers.
Brewers are winning the division.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
I hope.
Cold
We
take.
want. Hey, everybody
I'm
here
going to go with
wants
the Cardinals. I just honestly think.
Here's another
Oh,
reason why
Coach
I'm gonna
Winkler
say-
loves his flip phone, by the way.
Yes, he does.
And he said that she looks a lot better than you guys. Well, looks are deceiving, my friend.
And Coach Winkler brings up a good point of why you should listen to Apple Podcasts. Because other people look better than us.
We're going to make up a scoreboard. Every time he mentions the podcast, we're putting a little check mark.
But I'm going to say
I've got
this,
to push
though.
it somehow.
But listen, I'm going to say
Right.
that here's another reason that nobody has ever thought of. And it happens every year. It's called injuries, and it's called whether it's the Cardinals or the Blues, whoever that medical staff and team is over there is doing a bad job. We're not even into the season, and we got two big name guys that are supposed to be with us. They're already on the shelf.
Number one, that was off season. They were not allowed to talk to the medical staff at all.
Learn the rules, Zach.
because. But number two, honestly, I don't think. Once again, it goes back to what I was saying. Why we're going to see only starting pitching going 4 or 5 innings. They weren't ready to get on a mound and throw.
Well, and I don't know that they were even thinking about they were going to play until maybe June, July.
Yeah, exactly.
Why get yourself all warmed up and then not just sit around then?
Because I'm Jack Flaherty, because I want dollar bills.
What was my?
Now,
He's
here's
still
the
getting
thing.
dollar bills.
He
Not
wants
from the Cardinals.
Not from the Cardinals.
What was my comment in the gym?
You will get it.
My comment to these guys in the gym was one of these guys asked me, when do you think we're going to go? And I said, I will be shocked if it's before June 1st. I really thought this thing was going to go way longer
Hot take.
than this.
Yes.
So,
Well,
on that note,
But I go back to Flaherty, who we want him to do well. He obviously wants to get paid, apparently, and maybe
Somewhat.
he doesn't want to be with St. Louis. Well, if you want to get paid, then you're going to do everything you possibly can to get that money. Obviously, he wasn't doing enough, or does he really care?
what part of California is he from?
I don't know.
Is he close to Oakland? Because I'm pretty sure they might have some space.
Yeah, a little bit.
They just traded their best pitcher.
They trade Flaherty.
Money,
You're
money.
gonna- Yeah.
Talk about tank job. I mean,
True.
should Major League Baseball do something about this?
About spending money?
About the fact that there should be a floor of how much that
Agreed.
you have to spend this much. So even if you got to go and find a one dude on your team who wouldn't be a 6-hitter at best
What
on
does
anybody
that
else's
do to
team.
the market? What does that do to the rest of the market? Now you're going to get guys that are going to, like Scherzer's going to get $70 million
No.
because of the market?
No.
Because you're going to say you have to pay all these players? Sure.
No, because they're already
Yes,
going to
it
get
is.
the money. Zach, they're already
what
going to get
I'm
the money.
saying is, but you want a floor, which means what's going to wind up happening is,
Yeah.
hey, all those teams, instead of paying $2 million or paying $3 million, now you have to pay these guys $10 million, $12 million, which then now Shohei, he's going to
Okay.
get $70, $80 million.
Why wouldn't you?
Huh?
What is the purpose of owning a Major League Baseball
To make
team?
money. Any business is to make money.
Yes.
So-
Every business. Let's ask Joel. Let's get Joel on here. Joel, do you just want to hand out margaritas
You're walking into it.
What is the goal?
You're not. The goal
of a
isn't to win.
business.
The goal. Okay.
What's the goal of a business?
Can you
to make money?
So you're telling me the
That's
teams
it.
that win don't make money?
What I'm telling you is
That's dumb.
What I'm telling
You're
you
losing.
is you asked the question.
I did.
They
And
make
you
money.
asked the question.
Make
The answer
money.
is
Dodgers
to make
don't
money.
make money. Hey, Dodgers don't make money. They win all the time.
Hey, by the way,
they
the
win.
Blues ended up winning 3-1 tonight. Just
They're
so
playing the
everybody
Kraken.
would know.
Is
Right.
that, is
But if
that
I can have a
team?
payroll
It's a
of 30
win.
mil,
That's
I
right.
can have a
We need
payroll
points.
of 30 mil, and I'm gonna profit.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the valuation? Go look at the valuation for those
Hey,
teams.
all right, so
I
you
bet
got-
it's in the close to the B's.
The money that you're making is from the small revenue sharing pot. You're not making it off fans coming. Who the hell is going to go and watch a bunch of these losers play?
So that's why you can't have a big payroll.
There you
Why
go.
people can't have nice things.
So you know what you do? You go out and spend a little bit of money because you want to spend money to make money. That's an old saying, Zach.
Hold on, time out. I
Spend
believe.
money to make
Hold on,
money.
time out. Didn't Miami do that? And how good are they doing?
Well,
wait,
apparently-
you had the Hall of Famer Jeter that was going to come in and save Miami baseball.
Okay.
How long did he last?
Didn't last very long.
At it and
Not
said,
long at all.
Because he looked at it and said, "Wait a second, I ain't making any money."
You know why?
'Cause
Because they didn't make good moves.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wait. You can't just give money to some Joe Schmo, some you talk type B,
I like just sitting here
type C.
watching these two just go at each other.
Hey, this is like a Thursday when
I know it is.
I'm supposed to be watching Disney Plus, and Zach comes in and we start having these, in-depth sports conversations.
I could so see this.
I could absolutely.
I'd love to be a
see
fly
this.
on the wall in there.
You would. That's good.
Who's going to win the Masters?
Tiger.
Oh,
It would be great. Tiger Woods out now.
Just come in and
Who
out.
else plays golf?
The field.
Who else
You got
plays
a lot.
golf?
You got a lot
Jordan
of
Spieth. Who's he? Who cares? It's Tiger.
wow.
He's not wrong.
DeChambeau.
He's
Whatever his
not,
name.
No.
He's not wrong.
What's the other guy that he has a feud with?
Kepka.
Bruce Koepka? Okay, great. I don't care. I want Tiger to win. I don't want anybody else to win. I want Tiger to win. If Tiger doesn't win,
Take it,
I don't even care. I don't give a damn about the Masters. If Tiger didn't make
I
the cut,
just
I won't care.
What about Phil?
Who
Phil's
are
not
you
even
right
playing.
now?
I know. Phil
Why
might-
isn't Phil playing?
Phil's grounded right
yeah,
now.
he's in timeout.
He's in timeout.
No, did he get canceled? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens now. I can't wait till this show gets canceled.
How has it not?
102 episodes later.
We'll just jump on Rumble, okay? Because it's a free speech platform. I can put all of our crap on there.
Oh my.
We're okay with it.
Oh boy.
Hey, I'm just telling you. I've got exit strategies.
Exit.
I'm waiting for Riley to start talking and the end music starting.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Oh man, Jason's like, hey, still going? Hey,
Yeah.
Jason, we go hard or we go home. It's about time to go home. But anyway, want to appreciate Coach Powers for coming by and trying to keep us on the rails.
Didn't happen, didn't expect it to.
Doesn't
and it would happen any other way.
It doesn't ever work, okay? Because that's what we do. We go off the rails.
That's right.
Which is a trademark now by Jim Powers,
Yes,
Inc.
it is.
LLC.
So we're
Not to be duplicated unless written consent by Jim Powers.
We're throwing it around to
here we go.
be
Here we go.
on the road next week. We're thinking about maybe going on the road next week and doing a
Riley's thinking about going on the
remote
road.
broadcast. So it should be a lot of fun. We'll see how it plays out, but we're gonna.
I got a little bit of work to do over the next day.
That's right.
So
But
Zach, since you weren't here early to be privy to this information,
we're on the road next week, hopefully.
So keep my mouth shut and say, okay, all right.
and
Okay.
if you tune in for the after hours show, which means you have to be here, you would get Zach's
You
full
would
take.
get you remember the True Hollywood story? You would
It's
get the real
real.
version of it. Yeah.
But
The TMC version.
we do want to say thank you again to Joel and all the staff here at La Pachanga for having us here. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I can't say it enough because I think Jim's keeping an account. But tune in to us on Apple Podcasts. 10. Apple Podcasts, search for the Coach's Box.
Dang it, I had the under at 9.
Hey, I'll go big, baby.
Yes, Jarvis, we are still going.
Yes,
friend.
Jarvis,
What
we are still rolling.
And you can check us out there if you don't want to watch us live.
On the floor.
You know what?
Oh, sorry.
I'm tired of listening to you guys. That's the power of being in control of the board. Blair, you should learn how to do this. And again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. You can always check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube. Search for us for free, subscribe. Everything we do is for free because we're all about you guys. And we are not going to Perryville, Coach Winkler.
Or to Bruce's house.
Or to Bruce's house. Bruce Valroy, head coach at St. Vincent High School in Perryville, who's watching. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We will be somewhere next week once we figure out all the details. Again, thanks to Coach Powers for joining us.
Coach Blair might do a commercial.
Coach Blair might finally do a commercial. Highly doubt it. We won't hold our breath. Zach won't buy any Cardinals tickets unless they're given to him. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. You've been watching the Coach's Box.
It's the X.
And we are out. Thank you and have a great night.